Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is the Litzy, and welcome to O.C.C. Scrims. It's Silver Division, Tea Time versus Horned Beast. And I'm joined today by Jag.
Hello, everyone. So excited for tonight. I really am, because, Tea Time I've seen play before already, but I have not got a chance to see Horned Beast in a new season. And tonight I get to see Horned Beast with the new team members they have. So I'm super excited to see how well they play.
We've seen these teams play before, and there's a lot to look at. So, even just people in the community, like I'm recognizing Chibi, of course, from the Discord, posts a lot in the art channel. And player-wise, who should we be looking at?
I mean, the synergy is there for Horned Beast. Like, they've been a team for a while. They got still the same key players that's there, like you mentioned, Chibi, which is a great support for Chibi. I've seen so many great trends out of him, but also the side of Tea Time. Speaking aside of Tea Time, I mean, we've seen great plays at Crazy Way too for support, and I know their synergy from the last time I watched them play against Game of Thrones. They fought hard against them. So I'm assuming they're going to give a good match against Horned Beast, and I hope Horned Beast is ready for it. So we're going to see a lot of big plays, I think.
Alrighty, guys. So, looks like our first map is going to be Nepal. So, that offers a lot of interesting solutions that we've seen. Oftentimes, the pace of the games, the language of the game, sort of the player language of the game, is defined in the first map. How these teams are going to be fighting for the rest of the day. And there's a lot of interesting ways Nepal can play out. There's a lot of interesting maps. So what compositions do you think we're going to see? We don't have the 2-2-2 lock yet in O.C.C. scrims. We're going to be doing that later on in the season. I think sort of at the mid-season mark or somewhere around there, we're going to be doing the 2-2-2. And So we can still have goats, we can still have the 3 DPS Hammond, there's lots, we can still have ambitious immortals. Do you think these teams will just be running the Oink and Yoink, the 222 goats, maybe a Reaper and a May, Orisa and Hog, or are we going to be seeing something else out of these teams?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Considering that silver division, I think we're going to see what works best for them. Then you might see the people trying out the what's working for the Overwatch League, which is the Reaper and May that you're talking about. But for this kind of teams, I think we're going to see probably goats at a tea time. We might see Horned Beasts doing what they play best. The 222 with like Ryan Zarya, 2 DPS, and you probably see a Zen a lot, Zen or Mercy. But I'm not thinking we're gonna see too much bunker. But I mean, I could be off.
I like you're saying, this is Silver Division, and really, kind of anything goes. What I would say is, if you can get a team practicing one thing and you get them pretty good, then composition really doesn't matter at this point, because a lot of things like that Orisa Hog combo relies a lot on really good player coordination. And so a lot of the player coordination comes into knowing when the halt is going to happen, so then the hook can line up with it, because if you just do it when the halt activates, then you're probably not going to land it. Lots of things like that, and whether or not, I think that they can practice that and get good at it, but it might be a little bit harder for a Silver Division team to just be able to pick that up and go.
So we're going right into Nepal.
So now that we are here, looks like it is going to be Elephant first, which is going to be pretty interesting. Lots of interesting things. I always like seeing Hammond on this map. This is a spin to win map. You have that central point inside of the central column inside of the middle of the point. You're able to spin around that. Lots of different angles for attack. You can attack from above. You can just attack up through the middle. Depending on which one you're doing, you may want different compositions.
Right. You brought up the Hammond, and it's just like one of the first maps I actually played a Wrecking Ball on. And it is a lot of fun when you're playing with 3 DPS and you get the Wrecking Ball. There's so many different angles you could take. It's a good Pharah map, it's a good Widow map. It's crazy what you can do with it. So they can go anywhere with this. And it looks like we're going to be seeing the bunker on the side of Hornbeast. And then we have our traditional 222, but they're using a sim, which is interesting. I wonder if they're planning on taking the high ground and low ground back and forth, but even though they have a Rhine, so I'm not sure what they're going to do with it.
Yeah, there's different ways that this can play out. One thing to keep in mind, look at Kazame on the Sombra. Could be pretty important as we go into this. And also, like I said, looking at that Symmetra, Ferret on the Symmetra, lots of interesting angles for attack there. Symmetra is also very good against barriers. That makes her primary, or reloads her primary attack, and so she's able to charge up that auto, get that to its maximum power. So right now they're wanting to set up those turrets on the right at the entryway, but they're getting knocked out. Both teams now just trying to look for a little bit of picks. A hook came through, but didn't quite land from Twitchy. The first pick is going to be Crazy Lady taking out Trippin' Balls. Zella is going to fall as well. And it looks like we're going to start seeing them sweeping through here as they start taking the point.
Yeah, I mean, with playing a bunker, it really shouldn't happen like that. They need to control the Rhine better and not allow him to push in. Once you let Rhine go through that Rissa shield and just right into your team, it's just bad news. Like, that Rhine's just going to swing in and just wreck the bunker to pieces.
That's definitely one of the problems with Orisa, is that stationary barrier. Once you put it down, if a team pushes past it, then you're straight out of luck until you get that new barrier. And I believe in this most recent patch, barrier was actually nerfed, the cooldown of it, so it'd be harder to bring that back online. And now, as we start looking at this, both teams now wanting to come in. So Hornbeast is going to be coming in from the side. They're not going to be coming straight from above. Instead, they've set up off to the side, and they're going to start slowly pushing forward, moving that Arista barrier piece by piece. A big halt comes in, but no hook. The hook doesn't connect to follow. Maxac gets hacked, but there's the hammer down right past the shield, and Tea Time is going to engage on it, completely wiping Horned Beast, except for, of course, Kazame, who can get out on the translocator.
Yeah, Dark Bow and Orisa should have knew the Rhine had Shatter by the way he was pushing in. And it just seemed like Dark Bow didn't have their halt in time to push him back. And they need to save that halt for those kind of moments and just control the Rhine where it goes. He could have easily halted the Rhine right off the, the platform right there and just denied him from his push. But definitely Orisa needs to control that Rhine better.
So we'll see if Dark Bow can pull that off. There are some ultimates coming online. The bongos will be up. The EMP is up as well for the side of Horned Beast. And we'll get to see if they can utilize those properly. Kazame wants to start the engage. We'll have to wait for the translocator to come back online. He's looking for an engage. A hook onto Chi-Chi is going to secure that kill. But Tripping Balls and Dark Bow and Charlie have both all fallen. The EMP to come in afterwards. Nano boosted Symmetra is just doing so much damage here. Kazame is going to follow, as well as the rest of Horned Beast. Overtime ticks down, and that is it, 100 to 0%.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to push in with a bunker like that, especially if you guys are not working together and just focusing one target at a time. I'm going to keep going back to the tanks, though. The tanks really need to control what that Rhine does. Every time that Rhine gets in that bunker, he's swinging and he's doing so much damage to every person that's in range of that swing. And he's getting so much ult charge from it, and they're not doing anything about it. If anything, they had a Sombra. The Sombra should have hacked the Rhine every time, kind of letting him know, hey, we're here, we're going to hack you. And maybe that Rhine would back off a little bit, but there's no pressure on him. So he just did what he wanted.
Absolutely, and we'll see if Sad Boy can keep that up. Dark Bow now swapping over to the Hammond, a little bit more of a mobile composition, as well as Zella on the Reaper. That's going to be pretty important here to try and counter that Sad Boy a little bit, as you know, just like you're mentioning, has been able to basically just get right up in the enemy team's face and not have any consequences. But now it's going to be a lot more difficult with the Reaper. Right now, Horned Beast already on the point, and Tea Time is going to start moving in to keep him from capturing it as it does unlock. Cut off by the wall, Sad Boy, going to take a lot of damage, is going to fall. That may well absolutely huge on this point defense here. Ferret wanting to get in, does get a kill onto Dark Bow, another wall to go out. Nobody caught by it, but it is going to buy him a little bit of time. Ferret trying to peek through the corner, does get caught out. Now, Zella dropping very, very low from the anti-nade, but stays back, is healed up. And that is going to be a successful point defense.
The side of Horned Beast should have really pushed on that Ana. She was by herself. Could have staggered her and plus the other heroes as well, as the Zarya was able to back away. I'm not sure why they stayed on point. They had the upper hand. But before the fight started, the Mei with her wall was a good move against that Rhine.
Absolutely catching Ryan away from the team. No healing being able to get to them. No support. Easy to take out that big tank then. Hackjack wanted to go in. Wall doesn't catch anybody, but is going to buy him a little bit of time, as now T-Time is going to be able to start getting onto the point. Sadboy hit by the anti-nade, will not be getting any heals. Gets taken out by the Reaper. The barrier to try and keep everybody alive. You're going to have to deal with those symmetric turrets, and they do. Barrett not going to be able to get new ones up for a little bit. Chi-Chi taking a little bit of damage. Wall goes up, doesn't catch anybody. Instantly taken back down. So the team can continue to get on top of T-Time here. Mac-Attack frozen after being nano boosted. Going to be stopping him for doing quite a bit of damage. Frozen again, shot in the head, taken out. Sadboy now wanting to get on top of the team, Mei and the Glacier, to make sure that they aren't destroyed quite yet. Going to be engaged on shortly afterwards. Blizzard goes out, doesn't land though, gets taken out mid-cast. Barrett and Sadboy picking up more kills. There's the hammer down to secure Death Blossom. Not hit down, picks up a triple, and now Darkbow is back on the Winston, ready to use that Tesla gun to work. Sadboy does fall, and that's going to be a point defense as we just round out 95%.
I don't know what to say to that. I mean, both teams are getting picks. It just seems like they weren't focusing and trying to limit the team as fast as they can. But Horned Beast was just able to stay on point. I mean, they are able to stall as much as they can, get the time they needed. Tea Time was winning the battle. They should have just made sure they wiped everyone. But with that Reaper ult, just stopping everything.
Maybe holding on to that Earth Shatter, because you know that there is a Death Blossom coming, being able to just Earth Shatter it. But instead, Earth Shatter first, Death Blossom comes through afterwards.
Well, I mean, it comes down to positioning. When it came to the having a Reaper and then they had a Winston and everything like that, the only thing that I saw was issue with the Winston was he was playing him as a Rhine, not like a Winston. So he was up front, and Tea Time should have been able to with their Rhine should have easily took care of that Winston right away. But for whatever reason, it was ignored. I'm not sure why. Maybe he was too focused on the Mei. They're worried about the Mei wall. There's a lot of things going on comms, I'm sure. We'll see what team turns around now. I mean, both teams had a number of mistakes, but hopefully they pick it up.
And now already on the point, there's a teleporter set up behind enemy line. Chi-Chi is going to be coming out first, going to be putting out a lot of damage onto that back line, but it's going to be getting too many kills. Instead, it is going to be Ferret with the turrets who's going to be getting the kills. Tea Time will be taking the point, just trying to take out Kazame, will be able to do it.
That was a huge nade from Jaden, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced. But that nade made such a big difference in that battle and was able to wipe the Horn Beast right away. Let's see if Horn Beast can come back and do the same thing with Charmy on Ana.
Those anti-nades oftentimes decide the fight. Just so much utility coming out of them. Now, to start, looks like we're going to be seeing Zella going all the way to the backline. Once they get on top of Mac Attack, and after the halt sort of pulls away the sight line a little bit, will be able to do so. Gets hooked, doesn't matter. That life still can keep him online. Now, Trippin' Balls has it taken out Jaden, and so with no Ana on the side of Tea Time, we're going to be a little bit careful. They're going to be throwing up that Symmetra barrier, but Mac Attack sent over the edge. With Zella on the back line, doing so much damage into Sad Boy. Just having to pause for a reload going into the Wraith form, but once again pumping out the damage, comboing it with the Blizzard. The Death Blossom comes in to pick up a double, but Ferret is still there, still getting kills. Managed to pick up another one before dying, so now it's a 1v1 against Kazame and Jaden. The wall goes up, is going to actually buy a little bit of time for Mac Attack to get back with the team. Might have maybe instead wanted to focus down Jaden. The wall goes though, and it is going to cut Jaden off. It is going to allow the kill. Point progresses a little bit further, but once again contested as we round out 77% here. So far, it is at 0. A great boot comes in, but nobody is going to get sent over the edge. Trippin' Balls using the sound barrier now nano boosted as well. Trying to output some damage, does take out Ferret, and Crazy Lady, a double kill for the Lucio. A hook onto Sad Boy is going to seal that out, and Jaden is going to be the last one taken. The point goes over to Horned Beasts.
Horned Beasts had a fight for that point. Tea Time did the right thing by constantly kept stalling that point, and they got up to 92%. All they basically have to do is win one battle, and they can win the first game. And they have a couple ults coming in too. They have the Tire, they have, Whole Hog, they have the Nano, and they have Bongos. Whereas side of Horned Beast just has Bongos and Whole Hog. So, and plus
the Death Blossom?
Yeah.
Death Blossom will be coming up pretty soon. Zella will be able to get that just in a little bit. And it looks like right now Tea Time going straight into the tunnels. The wall to go off. Going to put him into that corner a little bit. Both Hogs ulting, but one was mana boosted. And that is going to be the end of Twitchy. Now, the Death Blossom went for a little bit, but ended up getting trapped, not able to continue that forward, and completely wiped. Hornbeast sent back to spawn. Point transfers. And at 92%, there's not going to be much chance to contest this. Nobody has swapped over to Hammond to contest the point any faster. And 99%, it goes to 100. And that is it. Tea Time is going to win Nepal.
That was so good on the side of Tea Time because they went in with the plan. As you can see, they did the Whole Hog, they did the Nano. They were able to get a few people off the point from the Whole Hog. Then they had they were ready for that Reaper ult. Like, Hog was a Mac Attack. Hook the Reaper as he was ulting, cancel that ult and save his team. Because I'm pretty sure if he didn't do that, they would have lost a few players in the middle of that.
Absolutely. Death Blossom just puts out so much damage, there's not much chance to be able to get back to that. Get
Yeah, but
there's a very small window of time in order to stop the Reaper, either kill them or stun them. And the thing is now, with Reaper has that lifesteal when right in the middle of the team like that will just output an insane amount of damage and therefore get that damage back as health. So in that situation, the only thing you really can do is some sort of stun. And Hog Hook works really, really well. Reaper isn't going very fast, so it's pretty easy to land.
and then what I was gonna say during the West match on Sanctum, I was gonna say, is it throwing from tea time if they're not playing a Lucio? But I'm glad I didn't say that because they won the match. Because usually people like automatically play Lucio for the boots. Like it's just a known thing. It's like, oh, Sanctum, I'm playing Lucio. It's gonna be fun. And they didn't. They played what, Ana and I think it was the Moore, right? They played two main
Right.
healers, and that
Two
was
main
able,
heals.
and that was allowing them to stall and get the help they need right away. And I think Hornbeast just needs to focus better. I think when they're on the point, they're doing different things. If they focus one target at a time, because they're running with a Reaper and a Mei with that bunker. If they just allow their Mei to freeze one hero and let the Reaper just doing his do and do the hog hook if they need to, I think they would win more of those battles. It just didn't seem like that's what was going on at the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very difficult thing to be able to pull off, and like we were saying, composition doesn't necessarily matter. Normally, running a double heal would be very, very risky. You want that utility that you're going to be getting from an off healer, Zenyatta outputting extra damage and being able to help teams focus down enemies with the Discord Orb. And Transcend is just such a good defensive ultimate. You have, your Lucio for the speed boost. You have Brigitte out, doing great stuns and CC work. And it's it in the silver division that doesn't matter as much, which we've mentioned before, is that you're able to run double heals and just be able to pull things off with the amount of just healing that you're putting out, because it gives your team more time to work.
And I just want to be clear on something. We're not trying to say like it's less competitive in silver. What we're trying to say is that it's like the starting point when teams get to understand what works best for them.
Right. And also it's just a different meta.
Right.
It's a different meta game than in higher levels.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. Just making that clear. It's interesting to me to see what they're running because I like to understand what the lower teams are, what they want to run. Because sometimes it works out. Like they make some great plays that I would never think of just by the combination of heroes they play. I'm not sure if Ferret is going to be running Sim all night, but that's an interesting pick to me because I don't know how much value that was for the team aside of tea time, but it's working. So let's see what they run. I mean, we got Junkertown coming up. That it's a great pirate ship map. That's you definitely gonna see more bunker. On a side defense on tea time, are they gonna run that Rhine again? Because it worked so well for them to go against Hornbeast's bunker. So for whatever reason, Hornbeast is not really it's stopping that Rhine from going into their bunker, and I think that's something they need to work on. Because once they get that down, it's going to make it harder for tea time to have an easy push. Oh, I mean, we're not doing.
Yeah, apparently we had the map set on the wrong map pack, so we're going to Icon Vault next.
Isn't it map pack A tonight?
Yes, and apparently, what they're telling me in the game chat is that Junker Tower is not the right one. I was looking for the map pack on the Discord. I forgot where that was because I don't game host.
It's in schedule.
It's in schedule. That's why.
They might be using an old one. Is map pack C?
Yeah, that's probably what they're thinking of.
No, they might be using an old sheet. So let's just clarify this real quick.
Yeah, because I mean we don't want to play the wrong map, of course. So looking at the, I'm taking a quick look at the chat. So apparently, people asking about the 222. We're not doing the 222 yet. And that was more earlier in the game.
I am looking at the other one.
But yeah, as we figure out the whole pack thing. So yes, Eichenwald is going to be our next map, and we're going to be getting into that shortly. But yeah, so right now, Tea Time, they had two very good maps, but Hornbeast did also have that one very good round for themselves on Village, where they first ran the Reaper Winston, and that composition gave them a lot of mobility, gave them a lot of options for their attack, and also running the Mei. They used the Mei right at the beginning to get a very, very good pick. Now, on the next map on Sanctum, they weren't able to pull off quite as much with that Mei. It feels like it's a lot more of an open map. There's ways to get around a wall once it is put up. And I feel like because of that Mei maybe wasn't utilized to her fullest potential there by Cosme and the rest of the team. But we have seen they can use it right. So we'll see if they are able to, sort of tighten that gameplay up a little bit and pull off a win against Tea Time here.
They definitely can. There's nothing stopping them on it. It's just better team focus. Once they have that target focus, they're gonna play very well. I mean, they had Rain. I mean, I keep saying Rain. I'm like Mei and Reaper, and it's such a good comp to play right now. But they have to understand why it's such a good comp and what to do to it. One of my favorite things to do here for attack is definitely running a Pharah, because with a Pharah, you can have her go all the way around behind the enemy team and actually catch them off guard and get a few picks that you need for your team to push in to the choke.
The Eichenwald gap is a classic, and it looks like on the side of Tea Time, we're going to be seeing more of the same with Ferret on the Symmetra.
Yeah, I mean, is he a one trick? It's like
I would have to look at career profiles.
He's just so upset about 222. He wants to run goats.
That's probably what it is. And now it's just set way back up on that corner. Throw some turrets down under the bridge. Going to slow down enemies while they come through. Obviously, deal a lot of damage. Cosme gets taken out by Jaden straight away, but Charvy is able to get the revive, bring him right back up. But just learned, gotta have to be very careful, especially going up against Chi-Chi on the soldier as well. Won't have to really focus down the damage in order to get the kills. Right now, looks like Hornbeast is wanting to set up more towards the edge. Pharah does go in, uses that boop, goes sort of around at the edge, hit by a few Symmetra turrets, takes them out, and there is the engage. Hornbeast getting right on top of the enemy, does take out Chi-Chi, but Charvy does fall in return. Now, with not a lot of heals, hit by the anti-nade, Hornbeast Darkbow taken out. Zealot does demech Mac attack, but does fall in return. It looks like Tea Time is going to pull off a successful defense of point A.
That was so good by Satboy to actually take high ground and just shield himself to deny the space as they're coming in for side of Hornbeast. But the only thing I'm questioning right now is why did it take Hornbeast so long to engage for that dive? Like, they were sitting there for a while, and when it did engage, it just seemed like, again, they weren't target focusing. They were just going in and hoping for the best.
Right, you really had to make sure you're not playing 6 games of Overwatch in this situation, instead acting as a unit. It is a very difficult thing to do, to coordinate. And right now, Sadboy, once again, getting up onto the high ground. Darkbow wants to get up there, doesn't quite make the jump, is now on the point. Sadboy putting out a lot of damage from above, able to use that shield to stay protected. Sharpie going for the risky revive, does get it. There is the Soundbeard, and Zealot with the high noon cleans up the point. Now, MaxTac knocked out of Mech using the nuke to get it back. Nobody's going to get caught by it. Now, Darkbow getting on the point does take out Sadboy along with Twitchy. Once again, MaxTac D-Mech and is going to be taken out. Doesn't look like there's going to be any contest from the side of Tea Time. That is going to be a point A take.
That was huge for, I guess it's Zella, even though there was a 4 in the middle of it, or at the end of it. But that High Noon getting the 2 picks that were so good for them to allow them to engage and get the other picks as well. And plus the Diva Bomb having no value as well. It just allowed Horn Beast to get the point. Now they go as they're pushing. I'm just wondering if they're going to take the space that they need, like have the monkey pushing forward, or are they going to play closer to the payload as a unit?
It's like Twitchy got a little bit too feisty there, got a little bit too close to the team, gets taken out. Now, Sadboy down on the low ground. There's Kazume on the Reaper getting right on top of it, able to use the Wraithform to get out alive. Now, Jaden taken out, not before taking out Sharpie though. Now both teams down 1 healer. Sadboy going to get flashbang, but isn't going to fall quite yet. Is very low though. There is the kill. Kazume coming in with a triple kill on the Death Blossom. Is going to allow them to push the payload forward quite a bit.
Sadboy's going to have a hard time against this comp. Playing a Rhine against a dive comp is difficult. As long as Horn Beast is keeping their distance from that Rhine, they're going to be able to pick Tea Time 1 by 1 like they were doing with that Reaper ult that was so huge.
And we saw it a little bit with tripping balls there, getting right on top of the Reaper, or not Reaper. Reinhardt now does have that extra passive, not having as much knockback, 30% less effective. And the Earthshatter comes in, gets blocked by the bubble. There's the visor as well. Sadboy does get knocked over the edge by Darkbow's Primal Rage, going to get on top of MaxTac and Crazy Lady now. Does hurt Crazy Lady quite a bit, not able to get the kill right now, just holding that doorway. The payload does continue to move forward. Will there be any contest? MaxTac getting taken out says probably not. And look, there it is. Does get all the way to the checkpoint. Kazume having to dodge the charge with the Wraithborn. Sadboy caught in a little bit of a precarious position here. Does get taken out. Going to have to take out those Symmetras. They do so. Ferret having to fall back. Darkbow wants to get on top, but instead gets back to the payload to continue to push that forward. There's the bubble to try and keep everybody alive. Kazume teleporting into the back, dropping from above from the chandelier, is going to get on top of MaxTac, get the kill. There's the High Noon, picks up a double. Sadboy goes in for the charge, can't quite make it connect. Tripping balls gets on top of it, caught by the flashbang. Kazume is dealing a lot of damage, but Jaden's doing a lot of healing along with Crazy Lady, but can't heal themselves fast enough. There is the Death Blossom to pick up a double kill. It looks like this payload is going to reach all the way to the end. There is a nuke. Bubble goes down, protect everybody. Does pick up a double kill though. Not able to get behind cover. Twitchy calling in the mech to do some work of their own. Does have the nuke, does set that off. The shield goes down, does catch Chi-Chi. Now Crazy Lady using the Coalescence. Hammer down, comes through once again, blocked by the bubble. Darkboy doing a lot of damage, but will it be enough? No, gets taken out on the escape. And now we're going to see a Tea Time will be able to defend this payload.
Yeah, the Diva Bomb on the side of Tea Time definitely changed that push. Getting the 2 picks, I believe it was the McCree and the, I think it was the Mora that got the picks. I know it was a healer, maybe Anna. But anyways, it was huge on the side of Tea Time because now Horn Beast is pretty much staggered. But one thing I'm impressed with is the Darkbow side. I mean, he blocked 2 shatters with his bubbles and just denying Sadboy from that satisfaction of a big slam. So if he keeps that up, he's going to be zoning Sadboy out of this fight.
Absolutely. Kazume getting caught a little bit inside of the hallway. Is able to get out with the Wraith Form. Sound Barrier to come through. Has worn off now. Kazume getting on top. There's another High Noon. Picks up a double yet again. Not quite able to get there in time. MaxTac is knocked out of the mech. Gets taken out afterwards too. That's nearly a team wipe against Tea Time. There it is. A full team kill. Will this payload be able to reach it all the way in? Primal Rage right at the doorway says yes. Round 1 is complete.
Unless the side of Tea Time can play dive and go and counter this, we might just find Hornbeast's strongest comp right now. If they keeping up with the strong dive that they're running, they're gonna take the series because it doesn't seem like the side of Tea Time has an answer for it.
Seems like it. Dank Monkey, I heart you too, buddy. You can't see it, but I'm doing the hand thing. I'm doing the little Korean heart thing that they do now. Now, back to the game. Like you're saying, right now, dive is looking very, very good for Horn Beast. Will Tea Time be able to come up with something to counter it? Will Ferret play somebody besides Symmetra? We'll have to see as we go into this next round on their offense. And Symmetra can work very, very well on offense. It looks like that is what they want to run here.
Come on, can we take bets on bits? You know, like it's fair. It's fair. It's gonna switch off a sim tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, step up, take your bets.
Yeah.
Will Ferret not play Symmetra? Find out next week on Dragon Ball Z. And instantly, stream gets taken down for copyright infringement. I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, he's kind of got a sim. Maybe they should do a Super Saiyan outfit for sim. That'd be pretty. I mean, they got the scanner going on.
As the damage ramps up, her hair starts getting all spiky and gets an aura. They could do it. Probably done that in workshop already.
I mean, she's got the visor. You can make that into a scanner. She's already got the outfit going on.
Could happen, guys. Petition Blizzard. We're gonna do a change.org petition. It is .org, right? I'm going to say .org. Now, on this defense, it's more of the Reaper from Kazame Zella on the McCree. Now, using the Symmetra to get up to the high ground. Now going to jump straight down. Sad Boy knocked away a little bit by Twitchy from the team, but maybe got a little bit too big for their britches. Gets taken out instantly. Now with no Mei, Sharvy wants to get the revive, but gets zoned off by Sad Boy, swinging that hammer wildly back and forth. Now there is Zella up on the high ground, being able to output some damage from that advantageous position. Tripping Balls wants to get in, wants to get a good boop towards their team, not quite able to find it. Now Zella going to start moving in, looking for the flashbang, does catch Sad Boy. Shield goes back up. Sad Boy sitting at about half health, but had to be a little bit careful. Twitchy is back online, gets knocked out of the mech though. And there is the Coalescence trying to keep everybody alive on the side of Tea Time. So far doing a good job keeping in that line. There's the hammer down. Does have Zella, Twitchy, and Sharvy. Didn't catch Darkbow, but does get taken out afterwards by the charge. And now just Tripping Balls left to try and contest the point. Will be able to do it just briefly before getting it taken out. And that is going to be a point A take.
Yeah, I mean, they were doing so good with the halts by keeping them getting back, you know, and not trying to push it forward. But knowing that they were going to probably run the Ryan Zarya, they should have took the high ground back and really, you know, control them that way. Instead of letting them get up front and then get the picks they need on the side of Tea Time. The one thing I would do now is just go back to that dive comp that's working against this, and they will be able to stop them easily.
Kazame set up on the high ground, looking for possibly that Death Blossom. Going to be caught out by the Sim Turret a little bit. Going to have the 1v1 Chi-Chi a little bit here. Will they be able to get the kill there? Doesn't look like it. There is the High Noon, not going to be catching anybody. Goes for the draw. Ferret trying to get on top of Tripping Balls, isn't able to find it. Sad Boy taken out though by Darkboy. Now with no main tank, instead they're going to rely on the Symmetra barrier. Going to be splitting the map in half here. They'll just stay on one side of it. Zella not quite able to find the kill. Partially because of that Symmetra barrier. Darkbow set up on the corner. Ferret wanting to get on top. Will be able to find it along with Max Attack. Now, there is the Death Blossom. Kazame picking up a double. Won't be able to stand for long though, and will the rest of the team be able to work with that little bit of advantage given to them, evening up this fight? Tripping Balls tries to get right into the middle of the enemy team, going to get taken out as Darkbow falls back. Twitchy up on the high ground, falling back as well. It looks like they're going to be setting up on the corner of the wall, corner of the bridge here. There's the hammer down, catches many people on the side of Horn Beast. Goes for the charge, is able to find the kill onto Zella and Twitchy. And because of that, now caught inside the Graviton Surge, just Tripping Balls. That is going to be the Lucio kill. Kazame gets onto the backline, able to pick up a kill, but just the one as the payload continues to move forward.
Yeah, I just, like I said, when a side of Hornbeast is playing Bunker and you have Tea Time just playing Ryan Zarya, it's just so difficult for them to stop that push. Like they just need to go back to that dive. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again. A dive on defense does work against us. You don't need to run out of Orisa.
It's very difficult. They're going to have to find a way to deal with this Reinhardt. That is one way to do it. Kazame picking up a kill. There is a nuke from Twitchy. Going to be able to pick up a triple kill. Macatac not able to bring the shield up in time. And that is going to push back T-Time back into the spawn.
Yeah, it definitely stopped the push. Allow the give some time on the side of HORNED just to regroup and think about what they're going to do for the next attack. But right now they have a Shatter on the side of T-Time, and this Shatter has been so strong this attack. If he gets another big Shatter and gets the picks they need, they're going to make some good time on his third point.
And they do have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to push the payload just around 2 bends. Will they be able to pull it off? Kazame gets hit by the sleep, gets taken out, not before taking out Ferret, so a bit of DPS missing. Now going to push right up past that payload. Sadboy goes for the Earth Shatter, gets stunned out of it though by Zella. A great flashbang there. Jarvie using the Valkyrie to get out of that fight. Going to be able to heal up the team a little bit. Trying to 1v1 Dark Mode doesn't end well for Sadboy. Gets taken out up by the Dark Souls bonfire. Now, there is the Death Pulse and gets stunned out, not before picking up heal onto Jaden. Now it's Macatac left to try and take the point. That is it.
Okay. You know, what did like Ana did to you, Reaper? They hit a soul ult. He just soul ulted an Ana. Like, was he just mad that she
Did you not see the sleep?
Is it the sleep? Is that what it was?
Reaper angry.
Yeah. He was definitely expressive.
That's sometimes how it happens. Is maybe you get a little bit tunnel vision, maybe you see in red a little bit, and decide to go for that. I mean, and also dedicating takeout and enemy support isn't necessarily a bad idea. Now getting on top of Sadboy yet again, Kazame able to get the kill, just doing so much damage against those tanks. There's a Riptire though. So I had to watch it caught inside of the Graviton Surge. Twitchy is going to get knocked out of the Mech. High Noon happens, doesn't follow through from Zella, gets taken out by Ferret. Now both teams trading blows here as they try to figure out who is going to be pushing this payload, and it looks like it is going to be Horned Beast, as once again Sadboy falls, wanting to engage on top of Crazy Lady for the stall, does manage it.
Man, I'm glad I didn't place that bet on Ferret, because I would have lost. I thought he was going to play Sim all around. But no, it was good. I mean, even with the Ferret was able to pick Zella, you had everyone being stopped on the side of T-Time coming in. If they can keep this up, Horned Beast, they're gonna win this on the defense and take this game. But then again, we have a Shatter coming in, we have High Noon coming in, we have Moro coming in, and pretty much only thing that can stop it is maybe Lucio and maybe the bomb.
Ferret gets taken out instantly while using the High Noon, trading blow for blow on the High Noon shutdowns here. Zella and Ferret. Now, Macatac getting knocked out of the Mecha. High Noon to follow. Doesn't catch anybody as the fight is pretty much done there. And 55 seconds left to try and push this payload, and there's quite a ways to go.
Come on, Zella, you had, Barrett, you had the ult. You just had to wait to mid-fight. Don't engage with that because you get focused so hard.
It's a very tempting thing to do. The High Noon, you want to just do it. It's so powerful, but you get put at such a disadvantage while using it that, like I said, you had to wait until mid-game. Hammer down comes through, does catch Twitchy as well as Zella. Zella able to get out, saved by the heals. There's the Death Blossom, picks up onto Crazy Lady. Sadboy going for the charge, doesn't quite connect. Now going for the first strike, does pick up a double kill. As now Sharpie's going for a revive, is able to find it onto Twitchy, but not before dying. Twitchy is able to get the mech back though, able to do some work there. Now, as Cosme picks up a double kill, Jaden is trying to get right onto the enemy backline, is able to put down an anti-nade, and the Riptire comes in to pick up a double. Now, Crazy Lady trying to defend the point, but they're pretty much the last ones left, as trying to get onto the point. Ferret will be able to find it on the Tracer now, but overtime has been triggered, and it's going to start ticking down faster and faster. There's a nuke. Twitchy gets knocked out of the mech by it. Now, Sharvie trying to keep that Diva alive is able to, and there's the high noon, and there's the game. Horned Beast is going to take Eichenwald.
That was a great defense there because the Reaper, he had the good pick with Moore right for the start. You saw Ryan charging for that Reaper, and Lucio booped him right away. Like, they were working together to make sure everyone stays alive and just pretty much stagger Tea Time on that defense. And unfortunately, Tea Time couldn't work it out with the bomb. Because once, I think it was Mac Attack threw the bomb in, it just didn't get any picks that they needed. So, awesome, awesome defense on Horned Beast. And I think, I'm not sure what the next map is, but it's probably either going to be Dorado or Dorado or Volskaya.
Dorado or Volskaya. That's right. We're gonna have to let Tea Time decide. So once we get back to that, we're gonna have to let you guys know. Right now, we're sitting at 1-1. Tea Time was able to take Nepal, but Horned Beast coming in for a great defense on Eichenwald, and we'll see how all this plays out after the break.
Devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand, bang got my hand, call.
Hog one. Heals.
Coming back.
Nope, well. Teddy's popping.
Yeah, I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to O.C.C. Scrim's Silver Division. It's tea time versus Horned Beast, and it's been a crazy game so far. Tea time was able to take Nepal, but Horned Beast taking it back in Eichenwald, both with pretty convincing games. My name is Delissi, joined today by Jag.
Hello, everyone. Wow, what a crazy first two games. Nepal went to side tea time. Horned Beast came back and won the second game in Eichenwald, and it was really cool because the two teams played a lot of different comps between two matches, and I'm saying right now, if Horned Beast keeps with that dive comp, they're gonna have a better time of winning, and if tea time sticks with the bunker comp, they'll have a better time of winning. It seems like with either team is playing different comps, they're not working that well. So I want to see these guys in third match right here. It's gonna be Volska Industries. I want to see them play the best comps they can and just give it all out there. You know, who's gonna win the next match, because it's gonna determine who's gonna have a better chance of winning the series in the fourth game.
It like I said, it does come down to this because that can give you a little bit of the mental momentum, get you in the mindset of being able to take map 4 just to tie it up. And I think that whoever wins this might gain the advantage on the next map just for that reason. Looking at the chat a little bit, apparently this is Zella's very first scrim and is having an absolute blast. So we're all glad you're having fun and you're doing well.
Definitely Zella's doing great. We've definitely been watching a lot of big plays from Zella, even with, hopefully we're pronouncing your name right as well. For not, let us know. It's just with the McCree, every time there was a high noon, it was pretty much guaranteed 2 picks. And it was 2 picks that they needed for that, either a push or defense. And it was just
unless
great.
they got shut down by the other McCree. That happened a few times.
That was Ferret. Obviously, that's why Ferret was playing Sim. Because they're more used to that character. I mean, everyone, not everyone knows, but if you're going to play a McCree, you're going to play Farah, that have ults that are game changers, you should wait mid-match or mid-fight to do those ults. And the reason why is because the focus is off of you. If you engage with those ults, the enemy team is immediately going to look at you right away. They're going to just focus, and they're just going to take you down and stop your ults. So if you wait mid-match to do your high noon, do the barrage, the value of it is so much higher, and you'll get better picks.
Absolutely. And now we are now on Volskaya, the assault map, 2 CP, everybody's favorite. And we get to look at what these teams are going to be running. And this is pretty interesting. Take a look at Horned Beasts, Kazume on the Symmetra.
Okay, that is interesting because they're running a dive comp. So I'm not sure how the Sim will help out because they're mobile
Sim
characters.
Can dive.
Sim can dive. Not that they can't. It's just it's a next level of coordination that I don't even have. So if Horned Beast is able to do something that I've never seen before, that's going to be amazing, and maybe I should run in that in my games. But we also have a Sim on the side of Tea Time too with the bunker comp. Plus they're running Zen, which is really good.
Ferret's back, boys.
Ferret's back, yeah.
Playing Sim. You love to see it now. And also that Arisa Hog also on the... So that's what they're running the Sim for, going across the Volskaya gap. Gets seen by the Hanzo Sonic Arrow, and a quick double does come through from that. Kazume brought back, but should they have brought back the McCree instead? We'll see as now they start engaging. D.Va, wanting to move onto the back, is able to pick up a kill against Chi-Chi, but gets knocked out of the mech after getting hooked by Sad Boy. Now wanting to find a little bit of an opportunity there, set up on that high ground. Kazume looking for a pick onto that backline against Jaden, not able to find it. Arcvoid caught by the halt. Charvy is going to get killed. There is a teleporter, but not going to be taking it, or now they are going to be taking it, going to be going out now on to... Now behind the enemy team, right on top of that mega health pack. Savoy wants to start moving up there. We're going to see them on the hog. Not going to be able to go up there, but is going to find a kill onto Kazame. Now, team kind of in a little bit of a pickle here, as some of their members are going to be respawning and coming in through that, the main choke, whereas the rest of them are caught over here. Halton Hook doesn't quite land. Looks like Sharvy is able to get back with the team, going to be able to provide some healing. Tripping Balls not going to be having to pick up the bill for that. And there's Kazame on the back line, swapped off the Sim, trying to get on top of MacTac. Not quite able to find the kill before getting hit by the sleep, and that's going to be a Barrage charged up, going to be executing that Sleeping Reaper. Now, Darkboat tries to get on top of Jaden, doesn't work out. Sharvy does go in for the revive. Gonna have to watch that Sim turret. Doing a lot of work. Now, Zella use the high noon, was able to pick up a kill onto Jaden, now with no main heal. Will they be able to hold up here? Twitchy brought back in, not getting hit by the Sim turret there. Does fall eventually to a stray beam. That is going to be point A defense.
I'm flabbergasted that you run a dive with a Sim, but it took them.
And then don't dive.
Yeah, they don't dive. Like, I'm just like, when is the dive happening? Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know what their plan was. I'm interested to know what the plan is. I'm sure they had something.
Now, if they had a Bastion Orisa,
right.
Game over. Game over.
It makes sense, but they were putting no pressure on the side tea time. And then even with Tripping Balls, like, I guess he was in the back, he just stalled even longer. So now they're almost down to a minute. By the time they get their Lucio back, and they're not running a Sim anymore, which is great. Now they can actually just dive in, do what they need to do. But just so you know, by the time that the Winston died, like Darkbow, he went in without his Diva and just got picked right away.
And with Zella getting picked as well. No McCree. We'll see if they can deal with this. Now on the backline, Kazame is there to watch that Hanzo a little bit. Wants to engage on it and is at least keeping the attention of Sad Boy and Chi-Chi there. Now Trippin' Balls wanting to start moving in on that to provide some support to that Reaper. Not able to focus Sad Boy down quite enough to make up for the healing. Now there is that Primal Rage. Not able to get the knockoff onto MacTac, but is going to knock them back a little bit at least. Bongos come out. So far, it's been a solid defense. Now knocked out of the Mech. Twitchy, hit by the halt, is going to get taken out by MacTac, who has gotten back with the team. Zella up on the high ground behind Tea Time. So far, doing pretty good work. Not able to find too much, though. Tripping Balls able to get to that Mega Health Pack, get healed up. Cosmate trying to work out so a way to get some of that lifesteal back. You want to be able to pick up a kill, but does fall in return. Overtime has been triggered. Now, maybe will they even be able to get on it? Sad Boy is going to use the whole hog, and that's no. Round one is complete with a full point A defense.
Yeah, how can you say it's a solid defense? Like Hornbeast just gave them half of the time that they need. Like, I hope Hornbeast did that because they're so confident in their defense that they could just draw it out and then win in the next game.
All right, guys, we're going to we got to see the Bastion now.
I mean,
who's going to be playing Bastion? Is it going to be Kazame or is it going to be Zella? Place your bets, guys.
I just don't understand. Like, you played dive and then it took you so long to dive. Is it because of the sim? Like, you had a certain plan that didn't work out, and because that plan didn't work out, you didn't have a backup plan? Like, I don't know what happened. And then, like I said, when they did dive, they went by themselves, and then they got that picks.
Boys.
So
you gotta have plans within plans.
Of course you do. It's just, as a team environment, you should be pre-planning between fights. Like right now, their comp should be, okay, this is what we're gonna run, this is the plan, this is where we're gonna go. And inside the defense on attack. Yeah, the defense side of Hornbeast, the same thing for their plans. Okay, we got a May, let's wall them off, one by one. Most likely they're gonna run Zarya. Like, it has to be planned, so then the whole team knows what's going on and what they're gonna do. If you don't have a plan,
or if there isn't a plan. Or if there isn't, you can't plan for everything. You need to have somebody on the team who is able to just make calls.
Yeah, reactive shot call.
The team needs to know whenever this person makes a call, just do what that person says.
Yeah, even if it's a bad call.
Sometimes it's a bad call. Sometimes you just got to do the bad call anyway.
Exactly.
I always say that a team doing the bad thing together will oftentimes win.
Exactly.
And it's all about teamwork. Now we're going to see if they can pick this up a little bit. Guai rushing in, going to be going around the side. Maywall comes through. It is going to wall off Chi-Chi on the far a little bit, and Zella is able to follow up with a double kill with those nades. Guai swinging that hammer is going to be taking out the Mei, but nothing else. It's going to be able to get back using those teleporters, make a speedy retreat, but it does not matter. Horn Beast getting right on top of that, and that is going to be a solid defense so far.
Considering the side of Hornbeast does not have a hit scan, the Pharaoh's value is so strong on the side of T-Time that their tanks just basically just have to exist. All they have to do is sit there and play it slow and let their Pharaoh just get the picks they need, and then push in on those picks. That's all T-Time has to do right now. Let the Pharaoh do the work.
And right now, looks like that's what they're going to be relying on. Chi-Chi wanting to find that engage. Going to be wanting Mac attack on the Pharah. Just sticking on there, but no. Gets hooked. Gets taken out by Twitchy. There is the attire as well. Going to be fighting Chi-Chi. Now, wanting to get right on top of Sad Boy is going to be able to get the hook. Not going to be able to find the kill quite yet. Sad Boy does start getting some healing. Trimball's not going to have the retreat away. Reddit Lucio out of there. And he's going to be able to pick up the Mega Health back on the way out. Is going to get back to the team.
I mean, they're just letting the Junkrat get all the damage he wants and get ult so fast. Like, Zella already had Tire. He's already, like, basically 25% towards his next one. We have they swap off a Pharah. Pharah is their win condition right now, in my eyes. Like, that was a good pick. And I don't know why Chichi's getting off. Maybe he's not comfortable with it. But I hope he picks someone that is working for him, and then they need the picks. All they need is a tick right now. They all need to get a point and get the picks they need.
And with 1 minute and 45 seconds left, that's not necessarily a sure shot. Maxac gets hooked by Twitchy, is going to get taken out, and right now Ferret is still making their way back to the team, just now coming out of spawn. And now we're going to see T-Time getting pinched a little bit. Mei trying to get on top of Guai is able to get the freeze. Guai has to back off a little bit. Glacier comes through to keep that Mei alive. Now Guai wants to engage on top of it, goes for the hammer down, catches 3. That could be exactly what they need, is now nano boosted, but there is that snow globe. Going to be freezing Guai, knocked out of it though by the whole hog. So going to be surviving for now. There's that Riptar, picks up a triple in that backline. Guai having to be sent back yet again. Balls isn't done, wants to engage on top of it, isn't able to find the kill, but able to annoy them a little while longer, as well as Kazame now backing up.
I'm not even upset that they just blew 6 ults on it. What I'm upset with is that, like, my prediction is right. That I think Hornbeast knew their defense is so good that they're gonna just draw this out and win it on a 4th map.
Big galaxy brain prediction. Galaxy brain. Now we're going to see if it actually does work out, whether or not Jag is 2000 IQ or just lucky. Now with Guai falling, looks like that may be the case. Now Ferret wanting to find the high noon, isn't able to do it, gets taken out. Vault has fallen but gets revived shortly afterwards by Jarvie. Now with Jaden falling, it's just Sad Boy. Zella is right on top of them, wanting to pick up the final kill. Doesn't even have to get it. That is going to be a draw, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just done.
That was the last time we had a draw.
I mean,
full point A defense on both sides.
But it was just so weird because another thing is, like, I don't know if does Guar is it Guar? I'm not sure. It's Gua, whatever. Do they not Guay? Do they only play maintain? Because Sad Boy was on maintain the first 2 games and did pretty good with the Rhine. So why the switch? Why not put him back in the Rhine that was working? Like,
I think they were able to get the draw. They didn't lose.
They didn't lose, but they could have had a better attack. What was working for them on the side of T-Time. Sad Boy was the main tank the first 2 games, and it was working for them. Why the swap? I'm just confused by that. And another thing is, like I was saying, like with certain teams, like especially the lower ranks, it's best that they play the heroes that they're comfortable with, because it works for them, and you don't really have to worry about too much of what the meta is when it comes to lower ranks. But in the higher ranks, like with the Pharaoh could have won that. The Pharaoh just
there
had
wasn't much to counter the farm.
right. That's what I'm saying. There was really nothing besides a Mei that can
And-
right click.
I feel like Chi-Chi wasn't quite able to stay airborne. It's a very playing Pharah is pretty difficult. There's a lot of different things you actually have to do to stay airborne. And I feel like it was whenever Chi-Chi came down close to the ground, they weren't quite able to make that work.
No, I mean they couldn't because like didn't they have a Mei at the time in defense? So it was second you hit the ground, like everyone's focused on you. Especially with I think Mac Attack was Mac Attack on Mercy? I'm not sure who it was.
No, Max Attack was on. No, Max Attack was on. Yes, Max Attack was on Mercy.
So Mac Attack was their off tank the first game, and Sad Boy was their main tank.
Right. It was Crazy Lady that got swapped out, who was playing healer.
Support, right.
Why?
So
Who is now playing tank.
So the synergy was like had to be off because it's not working for what we play. Like they need to put Crazy Lady back in and have the stronger team. No offense to Gua, I don't know how to pronounce it. So sorry about that in advance. But like there's nothing wrong with them. It's just they're not. I don't think they have enough time just with that comp with those certain players. So like for this last game, I would put the best ones in and put like Crazy Lady in and just let them play their best. You know, it's the last map, take the win. Because now we don't have a fifth map. It's this game.
Nope. It's Dorado.
Yeah. And there's no draw in this.
And speaking of swaps, there is one Trippin' Balls is going to be swapped out for Chibi, who is going to be coming in. So, maybe, maybe they just aren't planning on playing Lucio. I don't think Trippin' Balls has played anybody but Lucio so far. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's been Lucio all day. We were making fun of Ferret for only playing Symmetra. And that was after playing Symmetra for one map. We're like, oh man, Symmetra's Ferret's only going to play Symmetra. Trippin' Balls hasn't played anybody else. I don't think I've seen Trippin' Balls play anybody else anytime in this. But it's a Lucio, so we don't care. It's quirky and fun. So now it's going to be Dorado, and this is going to be the last map, as we mentioned, because draws count as a win for both sides. And like you're saying, we're going to be seeing the same team coming from tea time.
Oh, okay. I mean, Crazy Lady, I see you're in the Twitch chat. I do appreciate you explained to it. I'm sorry that something like that happened. So it's nothing against that. It's just a matter of, like, Sad Boy was doing great in main tank. If say Gua, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I mean, maybe they could do off tank.
I'm saying why.
They could have done off tank, if Mac Attack wanted to do heals. It's just keep the people what they're used to. Because when you're playing main tank, like you have to keep your main tank. Like that main tank's a target caller. They're pushing the front lines, they're controlling the team, where everyone's going. And that's how you guys are playing. I would keep it the same way. By switching to another player that plays no different, can throw off the team like a lot. So that's what I was getting at with the main tanks.
And that could even be a thing of you have to practice with everybody and different compositions. When I coached the team back when I played for college teams, I was essentially the coach for the team. I made sure that everybody could play 2 roles, so that we'd have more flexibility with stuff like that. But right now, it looks like we're going to be seeing a Ferret on that Bastion. It's going to be difficult to deal with that much DPS coming out. Twitchy did try to get on top, but it takes a lot of coordination to take out a Bastion, especially one being boosted by a Mercy. Zella getting right up into the fray to start is going to survive that for now. Sadboy wanting to engage on top, can't quite find it, can't quite boost up back to the Bastion as well. So that might be a pick coming out for Horn Beast here. Doesn't look like it. Charvy is going to be getting a revive off Mac Tech. Going to be reviving Ferret as well, though. Zella making a hasty escape, was able to do a lot of work, but didn't quite notice that Torp turd in time and gets taken out. Chi-Chi able to take out Twitchy as well with that Torp turret, and Ferret was able to use that ult to follow through and clean up the fight.
Why wasn't Ferret playing Bastion all the other games? This guy is all so quick. He had such a good ult when he just ulted right now. It's great. You know, the bunker's working right now. This is a good bunker they're running. On the side of like
playing it out of principle.
on the side of like Hornbeast, this is the first time we're seeing Dark Bow, I think, play Ryan. We've seen a lot of Orisa and a lot of Winston out of him. So I'm just interested to see how he plays this. It looks like right now he's just wasting his shield a little bit against that Bastion.
And right now, Zella is going to be using that Riptide if that can get right on top of the enemy team, and it does, taking out Ferret and Gwai. That's no way we're going to be able to set up again. Now, push maybe a little bit too far forward. Darkbow is going to be able to pick up the kill afterward. There are the heals to keep Darkbow up. I had to put up that shield though to stop that nuke. Sadboy wanting to engage on top of it gets taken out before they can get the new mech. Now, Ferret tried to come in for the backline with Mac Attack. Obviously got revived way back there. Mac Attack actually able to contest the point for quite a while without getting taken out. Just staying very, very slippery as Mercies oftentimes are, but does die in the end. And that does look like it's going to be a 0.1 take for Horned Beasts.
I go back to Hornbeast's targeting. There's legitimately a Mercy hopping around, and everyone's ignoring her. I would understand that if you're on defense. You know, it doesn't matter. You stagger. But on attack, you get those people down right away, and you get as much time as you can.
It happens. Usually it's a Lucio that's contested the point like that.
Right, right.
Sometimes it's a Mercy. And that's what we saw today. Right now, lots of ultimates on the field. Right now, 4 for the side of Horned Beast, and it looks like 4 for the side of T-Time as well. There's going to be the Bongos. Ferret just going to output as much damage as possible. Molten Core as well is going to be getting right on top of Horned Beast. Darby almost getting taken out, does manage to get away. That is going to be a point defense. Zella is going to have to find a way out of there.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, the way Darkbow's using the payload as a shield is a great move. It's great positioning in my eyes, because I do the same thing when I'm playing main tank.
That you can't not payload.
Yeah, exactly. And you're just using that to push in and get a free push. But then, as I'm thinking that, now I see a Torb just ulting right on top of him and just giving him a shower of lava. Like, wow.
The only way to counter that would have been to have Twitchy there to eat all of the Torbolt. There's a nuke right on top of the enemy team. Doesn't get any kills, takes out a little bit of utility, and there are the Dragons, as well as the Riptire. That's going to be a near team wipe, as Gwai is dropping pretty low, as well as Sadboy. There's a Transcendence as well to keep everybody tip-top shape as they clean out that fight, take out Gwai, and the point continues to move forward.
Tip-top shape. Was that trans even needed?
No.
You had a Orisa and you had a Diva in there, right?
We're getting too judgmental. We're getting really judgmental. GG trying to go in and contest the point. Ferret is going to be using that tank ultimate, shooting through the amplification matrix for massive damage. Gwai as well, able to use the fire strike to take out Zella. No Junkrat. That is a lot less damage coming through. Now knocked out of the mid. Twitchy is the last one, gets killed, and now they're trying to come back and push that payload that last 0.77 meters.
Alright, we're about to get some Ryan on Ryan action. We haven't seen that all night, and I'm excited to see how Darkbow and Gwa play against each other. I wish it was Sadboy, because Sadboy is aggressive tank, and I just want to watch the aggression come out of him. But we also got a side of, we have Torb and a Bastion as well on defense. So see how long Darkbow can stay alive without getting picked.
Ferret wanting to set up on that high ground, but grenades being lobbed up into that corner is going to make it a little bit difficult. There's a nuke though. They'd be able to block it. Charvy does get picked out. And with the barrier down, Darkbow does as well. Azame is able to get onto the backline and take out Ferret, and now is wanting to continue to contest the point, trying to get on top of Chi-Chi. Isn't going to be able to find the kill so far. She's able to back out of there. Twitchy in the backline, wanting to charge up. That ultimate is able to get it, and there is the Riptire. They're becoming way in from above, taking out Gwai. And with Jaden down as well, it's just Ferret, Macdac, and Sadboy. Trying to contest the point. Will Sadboy be able to get it? Macdac does. Going to be able to contest the point out with a lot more health now as Twitchy gets knocked out. but Cosme is back. That Reaper's going to output a lot of damage. Darkbow charging in as well to get the pin onto the Mercy. Chi-Chi using the Molten Core, and that's a lot of coverage. That's going to be a double kill coming as well. There is the Amplification Matrix. Sharpie trying to contest the point a little while longer. Can't do it. Overtime takes down with the team kill, and that is round 1.
Look, I'm excited for Chi-Chi playing the Torb and everything, but are you a Torb player if you don't get any hammer kills?
I was wondering. If you play Torb and not get a hammer kill, should you just be banned from playing Torb again for the rest of the season?
I mean, if you ever watch Frost play, like Ikeo, he plays Torb on Frost.
Yes.
And he makes sure he gets a hammer kill or 2.
At least one.
At least. Just so he's basically taking a hammer.
He usually gets 5.
On that hammer, on the edge, on the on the hammer itself, it basically says, Akio on it. So when he hits you with it, his name is, printed on your face. So you remember who hit you.
It's as Torb says, the size of the hammer doesn't matter.
It really.
Keep that in mind moving forward. And so now looks like we're going to be seeing a little bit of a mirror from last time, except that we're going to be seeing Zella on the Ash, and Cosme is going to be on the Bastion. But it looks like they're going to be going up against the pirate ship this time.
That's going to be cool. I think on attack with the Faragon Bastion, he's doing really well. He's getting his ults pretty quick. I think it's working for them in comp. They both have divas on each side. So it really comes down to synergy on the teams. Like who's going to matrix the right damage, who's going to be shielding the right times, and the Bastions, like who's they going to be targeting correctly. So
and keep in mind that Dynamite can do quite a bit against a Bastion as well, Bastion comp.
Of course, but it also got the hammers. I mean the Torb as well.
Absolutely, and it's all going to be who burns down these barriers faster, and it looks like it's going to be Cosme, especially thanks to that Immortality Field. Immortality Field on the side of Tea Time went all the way back into the back line. Wasn't able to really protect anybody, and now looks like Horned Beast is going to be able to engage fully on top of this, taking out Chi-Chi. Last one to fall is Sad Boy.
Zella, I mean, he did the right thing. He stayed in the back, just focusing on the back line, getting the picks they need to get, allowing that push to stop. And now his team gets to regroup with the Bastion and just focus on tea time as they go underneath and pretty much gonna take a sneaky approach against Horned Beasts. I think they realize it now.
Absolutely. Now we're going to see if this continues. Looks like the side of Horned Beast weren't able to set up quite in time. Cosme going to be using that ultimate, but Immortality Field is going to keep most everybody alive so far as Chi-Chi is able to pick up a kill on to Cosme with Darkbow down as well. Revived though, so main tank is back. Is the last one left alive though. Is going to get staggered out pretty heavily here as Payload is going to stay still for now, but with Zella and Chibi the only ones left on the side of Horned Beast, they're going to be getting picked out. Bob is here to contest the point. Is going to be quite a bit of bullet sponge here for at least a little while, and we'll see if that does work out. Bob has been taken out, and looks like Zella and Chibi were able to stay alive. And now with the Amplification Matrix up, that's going to be a lot of damage coming out from Cosme, who's able to use that little rectangle to amplify damage quite a bit. But now, one in turn to the side of Tea Time. Payload is going to reach the checkpoint, not able to get on it quite in time to contest it. Horned Beast now using the bongos to try and contest this point a little while longer. But they have a pretty devastating spawn disadvantage here. Won't be able to hold it for long because every kill they get really doesn't matter because they're going to be up so quickly. Darkbow gets taken out. Chibi trying to keep alive. That Diva not going to be able to do it for a long. Twitchy going to be taken out in Baby Diva form, and the two healers do make an escape.
Yeah, exactly. Once the payload reaches the first checkpoint, it's time to back up. They have spawn advantage. There's no use to keep fighting that. You're just gonna, stagger yourself at that point.
And now staggered out. Gonna have to wait. Darkbow gets taken out again. Ferret doing a lot of work here. Darkbow revived by Sharvie. Will that be enough though? Newt comes in. You're gonna have to put down a shield. Can't get one down in time. That's 3 kills. Ferret gonna be following in with a 4th. Now, just Zella going to be using Bob to try and contest the point a little while longer. Will be able to stall for a bit of time. Will that be enough? Twitchy trying to get the mech back. Will they be able to do it? No. And now, Payload doesn't have much farther to go to be able to. Darkbow has swapped over to the Hammond. Gets taken out pretty fast there. And there is Cosme trying to use that tank ultimate. Can't do it. Just 0.18 meters to go. And they do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Tea Time is going to be picking up the win tonight.
Oh, wrong one. I'll fix that in a second. I accidentally hit Horn Beast. Yeah, it's fine. I'll fix it. But, yeah, I mean, that was a good attack. Like I said, they got staggered. Horn Beast. They should have backed up, regrouped, repositioned, and then held their ground. But instead, they held the ground right in the point next to the spawn on the side of on Tea Time, and it just allowed Tea Time to stagger Horn Beast.
Once the checkpoint gets got, you just gotta leave. You just gotta bamboozle your way away, because that's it. You're not going to be able to hold at that point. And we see that happen sometimes where teams will hold at that front line and use ultimates, and that's a little bit of the sort of game sense and communication thing is, okay, points taken, give it up, fall back, try to regroup, versus trying to push that forward. And that's goes into communication, game sense, stuff like that. But Tea Time able to pull it out in the end. It's been neck and neck. First draw that I have seen in a long time. And now it is time to talk about the players of the match.
Yes. And it's gonna be it's gonna be rough for me, only because, like I said before, it's a lower elo, and I think everyone played great tonight. I know as we go through it, we say a lot of stuff. We talk about the teams, what they're running, and how they're running those comps. That's why we have these games, these matches, so people as teams, players as teams, can to learn and get the game knowledge and improve every week. So hopefully they both teams go back in this and see what they ran and see what works and what doesn't work. But by going that, it's kind of hard for me to do a player match, but I know we have to pick one anyway. And I'm actually going to go with Zella on it. There's other people that I would pick as well, but the reason why I'm going with Zella is because the DPS, he played where, I assume Zella played where they needed to play at. Their position was good. They every role they played, they got the picks they needed. They weren't like fancy about it. They weren't going for 6K, ults. They were just getting for those small little picks that they needed to help their team push, and that's a big move right there. And a lot of teams don't know that. Everyone thinks it has to be play the match, like play the game, whatever, but it doesn't. It has to be what your team needs, and Zella provided that tonight, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Gwai is trying to make a good case for MVP after dropping 1,000 bits donation. Thank you very much, but sadly, that's we don't take bribes. To be fair, they didn't say anything. I'm just assuming that's what that was
just
about.
Not tonight. I don't know about the other commentary team. They might take bribes. We don't here.
If it's one of the admins, maybe they'll give you a yeah. I don't see it.
Lindsay's canceled. We're not going to see Lindsay anymore after that comment.
The bit setting.
Just don't clip it. They won't know about this. They don't watch these streams over.
Yeah. Elfie's in the stream though. She'll tattle on us.
Oh, you're just playing.
We'll just have to split the bits with her. Anyway,
you're digging your hole deeper.
So yeah, MVP. Zella did an incredible job, and I think they're going to have to get my MVP as well. I said that wrong. Non MVP for me. Mine's actually going to be Kazame, who did a great job on many different heroes. Zella, I think, really only played the McCree and the Reaper. I don't think they played anything else. Oh no, played Junkrat. Did have a huge Junkrat, but I think Kazame gave a lot more utility to the team overall throughout the match. And they're going to have to get my MVP today. Tell us what you guys think in the chat.
I feel like you just did like the Uno like reverse card. Like you're like
I did the Sombra hacked highlight intro.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's me. No, psych.
Yeah,
Sombra.
that's so much better to put it. Yeah, yeah.
No, I was going to talk about how great Zilla did, and I was like, wait, no, that's not what I meant to say. It's been a long 24 hours, ladies and gentlemen. But overall, I think it is time for us to sign out. If you guys want to join our Discord, check out below the stream. We have a panel for that there. You can join just as a community member, as a team member, if you think you can get on one of these teams and improve them. Also, if you want to be a coach, make a team of your own and get it up to snuff. If you think you can get a team of silvers together and beat tea time, then do that. Now, we're also looking for people to help us with stream team, with production. And that is whether it be game hosts, just making sure that the lobby runs smoothly, that swaps happen as they need to, the right map gets played, stuff like that. Also, casters like me and Jag, who make everything exciting and fun to watch, because if it was just the teams going at each other, we really wouldn't be watching it now, would we? And also, especially looking for more stream hosts like Jag, who runs the stream, make sure all the cameras are nice and pretty, make sure that team fights are cohesive, and that the stream runs nice and smoothly. Also, if you guys want to follow us on social media, we do have those at O.C.C Scrims, Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch, of course. Nightbot just posted it. We have an Instagram as well. And I don't think we have anything else to say, do we, Jack?
No, just anyone who's new to the stream, our next games are tomorrow's our Gold Division. Just give me 1 second, I can tell you exactly who's playing tomorrow. But yeah, we run streams Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Just so you guys know, who's ever new, Monday is our Diamond/Plat divisions, Wednesday is our Silver, Gold is Thursday, and Plat is Saturday. Thursday, tomorrow, we are looking at Void versus Proco. Two great teams, two dominant, teams as well. So check them out tomorrow if you have time. It's the same time, 8:30 Eastern, and look forward to seeing you guys again.
Absolutely. So my name has been the Litzy. You can follow me at the Litzy at all of the appropriate places. Joined today by Jag, and we'll see you all next time.
Good night, everyone.